It just came out. You can see the market's running. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's they launched it only 20 some odd points actually. It's not as big as I thought. You can see here, the news is September jobs report. Here it is. It's coming out as we speak. They're giving us the data now. All right. Here we go. And the number is the over wins. It was higher. Up, upward revision. 254,000. Better than the 150,000 expected. And the unemployment rate 4.1. The yield. Interest rates are rising. I see it moved lower. It can the higher yields though moving. Let's see, 4.1. What else can we say about it all? Lower number at 4% average. Earnings month over month. Bet that expect more than expected. See equal. You have to go back to the beginning of the year in January when we can up about 1%. Now, if you look at the average hourly earnings on a year-over-year basis, this number also is much better than expected. So 4%, that equals March find higher numbers. You can see the stock market's falling slowly back to where it started from, I guess. I don't know. It looks okay to me. It doesn't look like it's getting beat up on any other. But so it was 159,000 versus 142,000. And the September number was 254,000 when it was previously 144,000. So imagine interest rate. We should have like an interest rate up there and see what that's doing at the moment. Let's see if we can let's put some interest rates up there. That's what I should have had on the other screen. I should have, next time we have a big number, I'm going to have the interest rates up there too, so we can see them jumping around. Not the charts, the actual bonds, the way they trade them. Let's see, bond rates right there. So the U.S. Treasury, the yield, interest rates are rising off of this stuff. All the interest rates are rising. So, in other words, interest rates are not going down. So, let's see, where are we at? Now, I guess, when we get down to about, as far as I'm concerned, about 65. We're there at 69 on the futures contract. We get down to 65, they'll probably, this is like that thing that Forex, Forex talks about the idea that, trading ranges and support and so forth. Yo, Janos. I'm sorry, Janos. Yo, Robin. Good morning to you. This. You can see this little range thing that's going on at the moment right here. The news came out right there, and so there it is. That's where the news popped out. But they were adding strength to it throughout the morning. So you can see that's the range. That's how you figure these things out. Where it started from. See, it comes down and plays with it right there, and then does it again there, and now they're trying to take out. Now they want to do is, you want to see if they're going to take out like something like this range or this range. Let me just draw another line here, and this is like that. Yeah, so there it is right there. You can see how it's bouncing in between both of those. A little surprised that the bounce here couldn't get up to that. This couldn't get up to that, especially after coming off the low here. And then you can see it again challenged one more time. So if they take this out, it could be pressure on the downside. And what it's trying to say is that right now the buyers are not interested in getting it up to there, but the sellers obviously are high. It's higher than where it started. So what's that tell you? More buyers than sellers. And that's how you decide how to read a range. And so the bottom end of the range has been challenged, and as we're talking, you can see it's trying to climb to the top. It's making higher highs now. See, it's higher than this high, and this is In other words, this high was beaten by this high, and this high is now being beaten by this high, and so they're going to go visit this area, and they'll probably bounce back down again, something like that. We'll see if they do that, and we'll just see how this plays itself. You can see how our math is doing its thing at the same time. Going into another cell here, so I guess we'll go down and play with, make a higher low, and that's how they'll play it out. All right, traders, that's the fun of the day so far. And as you can see, let's do this real quick. We're going to send you over to the bond page, and you can see here all the yields are going up. So interest rates are rising from the news. Yeah. And notice how it's trying to park itself up at the top end of the range here now. And that's because it banged off of this bottom range. Let's tighten this up a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. It bounced off of this area here, right there. Hit that, lower high, higher low. And then it, triangled here. And then it broke here and went to where it belonged right there. And then again bounced. That's a third time right here. A lot of times threes happen. Sometimes they don't. But I mean, it's you can see it. There's a heavy pattern of threes always. And see, now we're waiting for a second one here. And here it comes. It's going to smack that. Because why? Because we have higher lows going on here. See these higher lows. And there it is. It tags that. Extend it. Like that. And I'll see how that, it went into the sell for about 4 bars and then rolled right back up over again. And right now we're in a buy, so it has the potential, if it doesn't go into the sell, which it's doing, as you can see. We'll see how it closes there. Another 100 ticks, 50 ticks, and pushing itself into the sell now. So maybe we'll go down and let's see if they break this low right here. At this point, people are drawing trend lines right here like that. And they're thinking, okay, if it breaks out of here, then the algorithms will start to buy, and they'll figure, okay, yeah, it's going to go up. But, it is higher. It's firmer. They're happy because there wasn't a 1% move. There was a lot of speculation out there. We were going to see a 1% move on the S&P 500. The options were predicting a 1% move. On the Russell 2000, the options were pointing for a 2% move. Oh, look at this strength kicking in. So it's battling its way to try to get going. They want to buy it. That's what money managers are paid to do. They're not paid to sell it. They're there to buy it. All right. Okay. So you can see the dollar index is very firm. Can you see that? Yeah, there it is. Dollar index is. Oh, you can't see that. You can see the stocks are still lifting. They're very happy about this number. Let's go like that. You can see right here, the dollar index has been rising for days. Lots of strength in here. Jumped into the weekly buy. I guess that's interpreting the idea. Basically, is that interest rates are going to rise, and I guess they feel good about it. That they're going to rise. And I guess we're going to make a new high for the day. That's what it is. Let's see. Let's do this. Now let's see if it gets trapped in here. There's a nice tight range. See if traders can play that. But the slope is, it's been showing strength. We're pushing into the sell again, so let's see if they try to take this out and just go challenge, say, one of these lows here. Because it looks like they haven't taken out the high yet, so they need to build a little foundation still. That's that support and resistance concept there. Already turning into the buy again. All right. So from there, I guess we could go over and check out. Let's go see what. Let's see what the euro is doing. There it is, right there. They're selling that down, and again, we all know why. Interest rates are rising. So it's giving them that comfort level there. At the same time, we've been in a daily sell from here, and a second week in a weekly sell from here, and they're playing with the manifold there, so it doesn't look like they're going to get out of this unless something pops out. There's GBP. There's the British pound. You can see the same situation. It's in a sell for 4 days, and it keeps on flirting with the weekly sell here, and now it's at minus 0.00013. And 21 again, back and forth, trying to. I see non-farm payrolls, 159,000 from 142,000. Okay. Yeah. What always cracks me up is how they can take these numbers serious, but they don't have anything else to do. In other words, they have to follow some fundamentals. They're incorporated to follow those fundamentals. In other words, when they started their funds, they announced, okay, this is what we're going to do with your money that you give us. And so they don't have much of a choice. They have to follow these rules, even when we all know that. So the report itself was very strong, and they don't, basically money managers have to follow the rules because they're incorporated or they'll get sued. So take mommy and daddy's money and spend it. Let's see. Look at that. Bang it up again. It does have that look like it wants to run like a wild animal up, doesn't it? How's that? Run, Forrest, run. Bull market, run. There you go. All right. So in other words, I guess they're interpreting from this that there isn't going to be a 0.5% cut. It's only going to be a 0.25% cut. Yeah. So, and they've already made a new high, and they're trying to build even better bases. And you see that they took out this low here, but it's not taking out this low, and that's why it has that bullish constant move, because higher lows, higher highs. All right, that's pretty good. All right, where else do we go now? Let's see, right there. And from there, let's go over and take a look at the Swiss. And look at that Swiss marching up. And deep in my heart, in my logic, not the math, but just this is just my heart. I would have thought that the Swiss might have calmed down a little bit, but it's not. So I guess that means that sometimes we do see it, though. We do see the Swiss march with the dollar and not the other currency pairs for a couple of days. But this time around, they don't seem to be doing that. The dollar Swiss has been losing money. In other words, it's been losing against the dollar now for like 4 days. Where's the spreadsheet at? The spreadsheet should show it. Right there, yeah. So it's 3 days in a buy and 18 weeks in a sell, and we are obviously going to close in a week. Obviously going to close in a weekly buy there. You can see that. It is roaring along, no doubt about that. It is roaring along. Let's see. There. So it is a little surprising, not a lot, but I really thought the Swiss could hold on and do things. Hey, Titus, how you doing? What's cooking? Yeah, I'm always cheering the Swiss on just because they got good bankers. From there, we'll shoot over to the yen. There's the yen. Another day up. I figure it'll probably play this bottom end of the range right here. So it'll get to 151, 152 maybe. And you can see at the same time, just like the Swiss, trying to climb into that weekly buy. Let's take a look at the Nikkei. Nikkei looked quiet last night. I think it was up a tick or two. And we're going to put that up on the screen. Let's see, where's it at? There you go. All right, here we go. And we're going to make this the whole screen. Watch this. This is really cool. Watching this, Robin, just go full screen. Boom, like that. And you can see right there just kind of bouncing a little bit higher than yesterday. Now, no doubt, they took it off. They took off from the 37,800 yesterday, 2 days ago on Wednesday. And Thursday, they closed at 38,500. It was over 700 plus points. Today, they've gone from 38,552, and it settled at 635, so it's up like 75, 85 points. Yeah, that's definitely, that was a nice pop. I love that. You can actually open up a whole page. Just right-click it. Boom. You can make it bigger. You can do the same thing like right here. You want to see this math right there? You don't even have to get fancy with, let's see, where's it at? Full screen like that. Bang. See that? You can see go in there and you can actually see the work itself. I like that. Going to be in a weekly buy for a second week there on the Nikkei. And again, when the yen is going up, that means that it's more like an inflationary thing. Their currency is weak and it costs more to buy foreign goods. So you're looking at how can we always say it here. Best way to fight inflation as an investor, not as a government employee who creates the inflation, but as the investor who is trying to run from the government employee creating the inflation, is to buy stocks. Stocks are the answer to that, because they can raise prices for a while. After a while, they stall out if the economy stalls out. But if it's just like this, where the Fed is pumping money in, free money everywhere, it's good times for all. All right. And then let's shoot back over to... Oh, you didn't even see that. Oh, let me do that again. I just realized I did not switch screens. Check this out, Robin. So let's go back to the Nikkei right there. I just looked over and just realized I never even changed the screen. Right there. There it is, like that. So in other words, all you do is right-click it. So we want to see this and just make it full screen. And there it is. And you can see, last night was up about 75, 80 points, whereas the day before was up 750 points. And you just X that out, and it's back to norm. And if you want to go look at the intraday, do the same thing. Go full screen. You can see it. Where it was in a sell for a couple of days and then jumped into a buy, and now it's... What's interesting is the Nikkei is trying to go back into the sell, but when we go and look at the weekly, you see we're a couple of weeks in the weekly buy now, and it doesn't look like it's going to back off. So you can actually look really close at the work itself. I love that. And this way we don't have to send pictures out. Everybody can see it. And that is, basically the webinars are becoming a video on how to use the new beta. Every day I play with it, I learn more about it, Let's see, from there, now we'll jump back to the currencies. And we'll go take a look at the Turkish lira, the great experiment. There it is. Turkish lira still in that sell. Still moving down. 4 days in a sell and still a second week in a sell. We could go. Yesterday we looked back. There's over the last 2 years, it's been in a weekly buy for 14 weeks over the last 2 years. So, we had a 5-week one, and then we had a 4-week one, and then we had a 3-week one, or I think it was a 2-week one, and then a 3-week one, something like that. It's like, and now we're in the second week of a sell. So this could go on for at least another week, if not another couple weeks. That'd be very positive. Let's see how the stock market's doing. It should be up at the high end of its range. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. New highs. New highs. High, high, high. New highs. Free money. Come and get it. Get long. Free money. Come and get it. All right. And from the currency of the Turkish lira, we zip over to the South African rand. You would think that would be gaining against the dollar. I would. Let's see how it looks. No, how about that? Not gaining against the dollar, still losing a little bit. So then I would assume gold is down a little bit. So let's go check out gold. There, yep, gold is down. Still battling along with the sell. Whereas silver yesterday, there's silver. Silver climbed into the buy a few days ago, and it was up higher today, made another high from this high. Not that one, though. It didn't challenge that. So you can basically draw a line in there about the resistance up there. And a little surprising, but I guess not, since interest rates are rising a little bit. And this could be just the noise for the next, 4 or 5 hours, and then, who knows. They're in weekly buys. They're not, gold. You can go back to gold, and you can see that right there. Gold is not challenging any weekly sell whatsoever. It's just some background noise. Same thing here with the silver. Background noise. Cleanly up. And let's see the gold of China, or better known as copper. Same situation. Weekly looks fine. Still in the sell, though. Interesting. It's been in the sell since here. Went into the sell here. And it's basically at just a little bit lower at the same price. It's gone just as high and just as low. So copper is kind of lost in there. Now, I believe markets open up on Monday. Sunday night we'll see some action. Let's take you over to Hong Kong. I did put the index in there. I think I said that to everybody. Let's put Hong Kong in there because they lifted it back up again last night. Here it goes. Look at that. Yeah, picked it up again. You can see all those days of buys. You can see in the weekly buy. So I would imagine we'll see the Shanghai. Let's see if we can get the Shanghai up there. Shanghai should really launch itself since it's been closed all week. Where is it at? Must be up here somewhere. There it is right there. Here's a Shanghai from, I guess it was Monday's close. Yeah, Monday's close there. So, this thing could be at like 3,400. I mean, that'll be like I think that's like let's see, when's the last time we saw this product at 3,400? Let's go back and take a look. There it is. Let's go into a year. There is 3,100. They're going to easily clean through that. Let's take a look at a 5-year chart. There's 3,700. This is going to be an interesting battle. I mean, I think this thing is going to almost double itself tomorrow. I mean, on Monday morning. This thing's going to be at 3,450 for sure. I mean, I can't imagine this thing not at least taking out the 3420, 3,400 area. We'll see. I mean, maybe they would do the bottom end of this range at, that's hard to believe, at just 200. No, I think they're going to add another 350 to 400 points to this thing. The sugar high is still on for them. Matter of fact, we should look at sugar. Let's see what sugar looks like on the chart. Because we've been calling it a sugar high. Let's see, right there. There's sugar. And sugar says, looks like the same thing. You can see it's it's been in a buy for a while on the sugar, and they're trying to flirt with the sell. You see it's in a minus there today, I believe. Yep. So let's see if what's that right there. Let's give this a refresh, and we'll make the whole thing a giant picture. I love that. So in other words, no more static pictures in time. There it is. So that looks like it was just a plus. So plus, plus, plus. And we'll close this. And we'll show you the daily chart. So it's been plus, plus, been a buy for a while in here, and then it, plus, plus. Now they gapped it up. I guess it was today. Today is the 4th. So this is today's chart. So they took out yesterday's high, but now it's down. It's minus for the moment. And I think we're like in a weekly buy for like, I don't know, 5 weeks, 6 weeks. Let's just show you that. Right there. There it is. 2, 4, 6. Going on a 7th week in a buy in the sugar contract. 7 weeks back, all the way back to August 23rd, right there. How about that? We were able to hit that. So right there, went into the weekly buy here. We're definitely higher than we were there, that's for sure. So the math is doing a fine job. Fine, fine, fine. It's a fine time to see you, Lucille. All right. From there, let's take a look at the stock market. It's still hanging out up on the top side. It don't care. It's like the honey badger. It don't care. And, it's holding strong. All right. And let's see. Let's go over to the currencies one more time. And so that's the South African rand. It's not going to get into the weekly buy this week, it looks, but it could go threaten it next week, which in some ways makes you concerned about the metals complex, From there, let's jump over to the energy sector. Energy. Oh, we didn't look at platinum. Let's just do platinum real quick. There's platinum. Platinum's being a little antsy here, but it's starting to back off also. But it also is holding on to its weekly buy, unless they clock these things, which I doubt they'll do. And then, let's go over to, well, let's take a look at the processed stuff first. There we go. That's heating oil. That's the diesel. This fuel, they call it heating oil because it heats things up, engines and houses and everything. And so the heating oil, is moving with a new high today. And it's in a daily buy for 4 days. And you can see it jumped into the weekly buy with no problem. And then we jump over to crude oil. Here is West Texas taking out the $75 area today, trading at $74.17. That's also 4 days in a daily buy and 3 weeks in a weekly buy right there. And then we go over to, let's go take a look at Brent. Put that up on the screen. There we go. There's Brent. Brent is hanging out. It ran up to the 76 area. No, let's see. There it is. Let's go like this. Let's see the whole screen. I love that. Look at that. We just go right click it, Robin, and you go like this. You right click it and just hit full screen or exit full screen. See? Either one. And so this thing got up to the high today of 79 even. Stalled and backed off and is trading down about $1.12 from its high. Still high for the up for the day, and you can see that strength in it. Now let's go like this, right click it and exit the full screen. And you can see here we've been in the daily buy right there 4 days in a row. Right there, the chart shows you that. And it's jumped into a daily buy, weekly buy. I'm sorry, weekly buy. It's been fighting that on the beta, and we'll show you how the crude oil looks too. Same situation. Whereas in the old platform, it was 3 weeks, and it didn't help you much on the trading. I can say that. And let's just make this a full screen, and we'll be able to see exactly what it was. Look at that, like right there. Look at that. Isn't that wild, Robin? You can see the numbers now. What did it do? Close right at the 0 line? My God. It was minus. Just minus by a hair. Okay. So, and you just right click it and you're back into the whole screen again. And then so, see how it was going down and down and down and down, and then it had that bottoming thing, and we had this right there. This it went into the buy here on what is that? Let's give it a refresh. And you can do all kinds of things with this. That's what's so neat about it. Oh, there we go. There we are. And we'll move it over so it's matching up like that. So you can see right there, went into the buy. Told you here, don't be short anymore. And so in this case here, it's telling you to be flat. Unless you're a producer or something like that, or retailer of some form. But if you're just trading it as a trader and following the math, you weren't short here and you weren't long. You were just flat. And then it jumped into the sell here last week, and you could ride that again. You could make that trade and have another winner chicken dinner. Whereas over on the old platform, it had you in a buy and you missed that whole trade. So this is why we're real happy with this whole thing. It's showing to be very successful, a little bit better than usual. So that is crude oil, and then so it matches up to the Brent, and so let's go take a look at nat gas. Nat gas is at the top. I remember that right there. There's natural gas. Natural gas has been strong, and it's been in a weekly buy for a bunch of weeks. You can see that 5 full weeks now. So every time you got into a buy, it gave you a chance to catch the ride. And then what we do is we zip over to the energy company down in Spain. Down in Spain, right there. Bang. And there it is there. And you can see last 3 days they're pushing it down. And what's interesting is, look at that, 3 weeks now in a weekly sell. So it went into the weekly sell back in here, and it's definitely lower, that's for sure. So you can see that pressure. The math is doing a fine job, fine. Speaking of which, let's go back and look at the daily again and see what the daily in the stock market's doing. Let's see how Uncle Sammy's giving away free money. They can't knock it down, that's for sure. You'll be able to see the S&P 500 right there. It's made new highs. That was the high off the news. It's broken through there. Keeps on making higher lows, And we'll see if it comes and kisses this area here or just jumps back over to 3,800 area. Break out the bull market, And Dow Jones Industrial Average is up 270 points at the moment. Let's see if we can get that up on the screen. Right there. You see it's pushing up, and I think that's the all-time high right there, no more than 5 days ago. So it's not like it hasn't been doing some fantastic stuff, That's all-time highs right there. Yeah, look at that, all-time highs right there. All right, and you can see it's trying to battle its way into the daily buy. It's got a red and a green, but it's fighting hard. Let's see. Titus says, what kind of energy company is it in Spain? I think they're a natural gas company. Let me see if I can put that up on the screen for you. Yeah, ENGMC. ENG.MC. I think they're natural gas. Let's try that again. Reload. Trading. Yahoo. And was it ENG? Let's see why NG dot MC. There it is right there. Ingus SA. Ingus SA. And I think I've read where they're a natural gas company. And that's where to build trans-European hydrogen pipeline. Definitely gas. Some form. Hydrogen's a gas. And methane is a gas. Let's see what more we can see about the company. Research. Let's see. Profitable income statements, profit margin minus. Let's see. Return assets 215. It's almost like a RIT. Sounds like. Almost $1 billion in revenue or income. I have no revenue. So, just need to. I've been trying to follow almost anything I can find. Let's see what the news says. Ingus to build European hydrogen pipeline. German Stad LNG hub agrees on land-based terminal in 2027. So it's an energy company that does pipelines and things like that, it sounds like to me. I want that other one. I wish Janos would come visit so he could tell us again what that symbol was, because I can't find it. Let's see. Let me see. So from there, that's the energies. And we've done what? Natural gas, heating oil for the airplanes and the trucks and so forth. And then from there, we jumped over to... Oh, excuse me. Oh, you couldn't see what I was looking at. So, let's see. Let's go back to the stocks, because I talked it out loud. It's coming down a little bit, making some lower lows at the moment. We'll see. Yeah, that would like to follow the one we were following when I was able to use the Dukascopy platform, the J4X. I miss that platform. I think it's better than, definitely better than way better than was it Yahoo? So, what else can we say about any of these products? I guess at this point we'll just look over at some of the other things that are going on. Like, let's take a look at the world indices. Unless someone wants to see something. If you want to see something, let me know and we'll go look at it. But right now, it's we are here. We are here. All right, now let's check out, so you can see the screen there, and we're going to jump over to this screen here. Go back to the beta. We're happy with the beta. We love the beta. All right, let's take a look at some of the world indices. Let's see what Taiwan was doing. Seems like, and remember, China is closed, and I don't think they traded in, they did trade in Hong Kong last night, but we can go back to that in a little bit. Let's go find, there's the Singapore Straits Times. Let's see what they're doing. Last couple of days it's been firm. So I'm thinking like, maybe they're getting this thing going again, Yeah, see that? Last 5 days it's been firm after selling off from the sugar high story. Maybe they're going to join in. You can see it's still fighting to stay in a weekly buy. It is still in a daily buy, all the green dots and so forth. It's been in a daily buy for a bunch of days here now. So, let's go from there to The Kospi. Let's see what the Kospi is up to. Well, there's the Hang Seng. I want to see the Hang Seng again. Because I think they jacked it, didn't they? Now, is that... Yeah, they jacked it up again. So, they're showing strength there. That's why I think you're going to see the Shanghai open up around 3,300, 3,400, something like that in that area. Maybe even better than 3,400. From there, we go over to... I want to see the Kospi. Where are you, Kospi? There it is right there, Kospi. South Korean index, you can see, is down. Let's just check the date because the holiday over there does have people kind of jumping around. Yeah, that's the 4th. You can see it's been a daily sell for at least 3 days now, for sure. And you can see it's moved into the weekly sell for the week. And then let's take a look at Taiwan. The chip manufacturers right there. Taiwan, same way as Kospi. It's 3 days in a sell. And it's holding up, though. That's the interesting thing, is it is holding up in that weekly buy now. Looks like let's just make this bigger. Look at this, Robin. Full screen. Boom. Full screen. 3 full weeks in a weekly buy. Done full screen. Exit full screen. Just a right click does it. This is nice. And so it's holding up also, Taiwan. I guess wait till they see what they do on Sunday night in Shanghai. That'll be fun to see. Fun. And then let's go over to, let's see, we've seen Kospi, we've seen Nikkei, we've seen, let's go check out, we saw Singapore Straits Times. Let's see if Jakarta's up there today. And the answer to that is, yep, there it is. Now that's been in a really odd situation. It looks like to me, there's the sell, right, with the red dot, and that was on the 30th, so that's the first day of the week. Let's do this. Let's give this a spin again. And here's the 30th right there. Right there. There's the 30th right there. So it's been in a sell all week long. It went wrong, and then it went right. Even with the green dots, because it was a red dot to start off with, it pushed it into the sell, and then the green dots can't put it into a buy unless you get this going. Oh, wait a minute. I guess on Tuesday we got into the buy right there on the 2nd. All right, so it went back into the buy right there, covering it close to where I think it's a loser, and you can't take the long though. Why, traders? Because we've been in a weekly sell for 2 weeks right here. Let's just show you that. So we can't do that. So we couldn't take that buy because we're in a weekly sell for 2 weeks. And then we go back to that, and I'll show you where the little hiccup came from. Right there, full screen. You see right there on the 2nd. And looks like, where's that? That's the 3rd. So there was no trading yesterday. I'm sorry, last night. So it went into the buy there, but you couldn't take the buy. All you could do is cover your short. That's it, because we're in a weekly sell. Excellent. All right, and then from Jakarta, we're going to shoot over to India. And let's see what the Nifty 50 is doing. There it comes. Nifty 50 right there. Deet. And that's been in a sell for 4 days. And it's closing in a weekly sell, too. Interesting. This thing was in a weekly buy for, 18 weeks or something like that. All right. Then from there, we jump over to, let's go. Tel Aviv has been closed, so they're not open. And we haven't been able to get the oil company out of Saudi Arabia lately. I'm not sure what that issue is there. It says, sorry, something went wrong. No. There we go. So from there we'll go right to Europa. And the first thing we'll do is we'll stop in and see who's... Let's see, where's DAX at? Are we going by the DAX yet? Where's DAX? DAX, 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 DAX. So it must be higher up. There's the DAX right there. And the DAX is jumping this morning off of the news, but it's been in a sell for 3 days, but it's in a weekly buy, so you weren't short. You just had to sit there and watch, and now it's trying to tell you where to go. From there, we go over to the Italian in Milan, right there. I believe it's in Milan. And you can see it's doing the same thing as the DAX. It was in a sell for 4 days. It's very close. Let's try the full screen and see what it looks like. And just on the edge, isn't it? Might be still in a sell. Let's give it a refresh. There we go. Looks like it might be through the zero line. No, it's still in a sell for a 4th day. How about that? See, right there. Minus 5.8. But it's in a weekly buy, so you couldn't really take that trade. You had to sit there and watch, just take your profits before. That was it. Take the profits from when you went into the buy there. You went into the buy here and rode it to there, and then you sit and watch it go down, and you're in a buy, so you're just waiting for, like, if we get a buy signal today, then you could jump in on it again. And then from there we go over to, let's see, we go from DAX to Germany to Italy to, let's go to Paris. And from Paris we'll go to not Amsterdam, was it Brussels, where they have their parliament. I remember I was rambling about the Washington, Baltimore, Philadelphia, or I think they called it the Philadelphia, Baltimore, Washington exchange. Philadelphia was always in the lead, I guess. And let's see if we can find that. There it is. There's Paris. You can see it's doing the same. They're all doing the same thing, and it's through the buy number too, and it's in a weekly buy. And then we go and check out there it is right there. And there's Brussels. Now Brussels, that's interesting. They're pushing it into the sell a couple times there. And it's in the sell, 2 days in a row. But it's in that weekly buy for a long time. What's that? 3, 6, 9 weeks in a weekly buy. Not looking like it's going to roll over. Then from there, oop, not that. Oop, ooh, what do we got here? Titus says, any data on the DAX? Yes, let's do that again. Let's go check out the data. What would you like to know what it's doing at this point in time? Let's see. Right there, there's DAX. And you can see it's trying to go into a buy here today. It's right here. You can see the algorithm, full screen, boom, plus. You can see here, green dot on the bar chart, plus. And then the weekly, it's in a weekly buy. So it's trying to tell us to be long. That's what it's trying to do. That's the DAX. Where was I? Just did Brussels. That Brussels is showing weakness, which is interesting. From there, we'll go to the FTSE. Let's see what the FTSE is up to in London. I don't think it was rallying much of late. Let's see. There it is. Oop. There we are. You see, it's 4 days in a buy, and it isn't a weekly buy for 2 weeks, just like all the other European indexes. All those European indexes are all doing the same thing. They don't seem to be they're just kind of bumping along, uh, and that's pretty much what it seems to be telling me is that there's no real clean direction. They don't have any you know idea more than just free money out there, be long. I mean, that's pretty much what it comes down to. Central banks are pumping up the whole system. It's a central bank market. They're the buyer of last resorts, and they don't want the markets to go down. And it's just like cutting interest rates a half. All right, from Europa, we're out of Europe. Let's go. Where do we go from here? Let's go over and see what the Dow Jones Industrial Average looks like. I think we showed it to you a little while ago because I was just looking. Let's go over to the stocks too on the intraday. They're backing them off a little bit, nothing meaningful. It's got that little hump situation. The 38 and change was the resistance. And you can see we went into a sell up in here somewhere. Let's widen that out a little bit, like so. So we went into the sell right there. And it's dropped. Just like when we went into the buy right there. And it lifted. And there was a sell there. A very short-term buy that was a loser. And then the short made all the money back. And then it tried to get into a buy again there. And it fell right back into a sell and made it back again. Seems like the sells have been some more successful. But we've had some good buys there like that. We'll see how they do with that. So what else we got here? So what else have we got going on? Trying to think. I guess we're starting to think about it. We got only about 2 minutes left, so I guess I'm starting to think about what do you call it? A title. Got to come up with a title, A title for this, a title for that. Got to come up with some type of title. So let's see what we can find for a title here. And what did we start off talking about today? It wasn't as prolific as we had been. I mean, we've had some really hot and heavy conversations of late, but just recently it doesn't seem to have much of an effect, which is all right with me. Yeah, that's cool. I see something was sent. Thank you, Robin. I see that. Cool. All right. Let's see. So, what kind of title can we have for today? Something about, I want to say something like, why do they trust these numbers? That's the thing. It really blows my mind, and I know why. They have to trust them because of the incorporation. So, in other words, money managers are trapped at trusting data that will be changed. That's the weird part, That's really weird. So, in other words, as a money manager, money managers have to follow the numbers. I guess that's the best way to look at it. And sad but true. We mentioned it already. They don't have a choice, even when we know that they can, change those numbers next month, and everybody will be like, "Wow, that didn't even count." And it seems like that all the time. So money managers. Let's see, go like that. Oop, wrong, bing, 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 bing. Yeah, there. Must buy. So money managers must buy. And we've explained why, because they're obligated to do so even when they know those numbers can be changed. And that's really disappointing in many ways. It blows people's minds because we know that those numbers have very low value anymore. But they have to buy because they don't have much of a choice. If they don't buy, their customers will sue them. Even with their own money in there, they'll sue them. And that's really wild. So, we're out of here, traders. Everybody have a safe and smart weekend. And we will catch you all on Monday. Remember, the sunspots are going to hit this weekend. We only have a 5% chance of a EMP kill Earth civilization. Only 5%, so it's not bad at all. So chances are it's just going to be... Everybody should be able to see the Aurora Borealis no matter where you live. As long as you have clear skies, you will be able to see the Aurora Borealis. In other words, you'll see the northern lights everywhere on the planet, probably. It'll light up pretty well. We've gotten hit by 2 M-class flares. And so we're going to see some action in the sky. You know, if you have clouds, you'll get a lot of rain because the electrons coming in and the protons coming in from the solar wind. So, but I don't think it's going to be anything you have to worry about. I mean, the grids could go down. There could be some grids going down, some transformers burning up, but nothing major. But I don't see it as a kill shot. So, all right, traders, happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you, to all our trading friends. Later, traders, have a safe and smart weekend. Ta-ta for now.